Hi out there, and welcome to the Revere Veterans and Community Christmas Show. Today we have a special guest who should be arriving shortly, and I hear him. Hey, there he is. Say, Nick, come on in and join me.
Morris.
How are you?
Oh, wonderful.
Merry Christmas to you, Nick.
Merry Christmas, Morris. Merry Christmas.
How did you enjoy your trip getting... Oh, by the way, before we start, you did park the reindeers in the lot.
I parked them on the lot because I was afraid to bring them up.
Oh, I didn't want you to bring them on the elevator at all.
No,
Okay.
no. I left them right out in the lot. They're fine.
Was Rudolph with you?
Rudolph was with me.
I'd love to see... Can I go see him after the show?
Yes. And he may be covered with snow.
That's okay.
It is snowing.
I know, but he's used to it up there.
Oh, he's used to the snow.
Oh, before we start, how is Mrs. Santa Claus?
She's doing great.
Right.
She is wonderful.
Oh,
really.
beautiful.
I hated to leave her for a little while, but it's okay.
It's all right. It's only one day a year that you leave her.
No, you're
I
right.
wish I had that kind of time.
Yeah. Boy, you're right. You are right.
How was your trip down here?
Oh, my God.
I'm going to call you Saint Nick on the show.
All right. Oh, thank you.
Or would you rather have Santa Claus? Which one would you like me to
Well, I like Saint Nick.
Okay, that's what we'll call you.
That is wonderful. The trip down was good because the weather has been terrible. The weather, the snow, we're hitting snow everywhere. In fact, when you go out today, you're going to hit some snow today. And it's good for me because it makes it so much easier.
Right, it makes it real Christmas-like.
Yes, yes, so much easier.
And I have to tell you, I even heard, Saint Nick, that when you went to Jerusalem and when you went to the Church of the Nativity, they even had snow there. They had about 2 to 3 inches of snow. Yep, it was on the news.
And that's unusual, isn't it?
I know that at this time of the year.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be asking you about the different trips to different countries.
Okay, all right.
Which was the first country you landed when you took off from the North Pole?
Oh, my God. That's a good question. Wow.
You had to land somewhere.
Yeah. Well, France.
France? Okay. How did you like France?
I love France.
And what cities did you visit in France?
Well, not Rome.
You're close, though. That's the next country we're going to go to.
Oh, my God.
I mean, you're all over the world. I mean, there's 162 countries. You must cover a lot of ground in so short a time.
Yeah, you're right. You know, you have to go from here to there to here to there, and it's kind of difficult to remember where I am. But I do.
I got to tell you something. See, you've been around all over, but lately they've come up with a GPS system. So instead of you giving me a gift for Christmas, I'm going to give you a gift before you leave here. I'm going to give you a GPS. And that way you'll never get lost again.
I would like that. And I think I need it.
Do you really?
I need it. I think I need it.
Because sometimes I don't even know where I am. And I get confused myself, really.
Yes, I understand.
And by the way, tell us some of the toys you bring to the kids before we go traveling.
Well, you know, the children today are a little different than they were when we were youngsters.
Yep.
And they want so much, but they only should be thankful for what they get. Because the parents today work so hard for their children. They really work hard for the children. And the children expect sometimes a little too much, but the parents are going to do it. They are going to give, hopefully, what the children want, but if not, the children will accept whatever they get.
I know you didn't get my letter yet, Santa, because I just mailed it recently.
Yeah, no.
And I wrote to you and I put, "Dear Santa, what I would like for Christmas."
Uh-oh.
And I hope it isn't too much, because all I wanted was 2 little things, a Rolex watch and a Rolls Royce. That's all I'm asking for. Any chance?
Well, I probably could get you a watch.
A citizen's watch.
A citizen watch.
Right.
And probably some kind of a auto, but it might be really small.
That's all right.
You know,
That's okay.
It might be really small because the one that you just mentioned is very, very, very expensive.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, yes, it is.
The Rolls Royce is really that expensive?
I never drove one.
By the way, when you leave France, you're going to be going to Italy?
Yes.
Is there a chance you could get me a Fiat, a little car like?
Oh yes, yeah, definitely can get you a Fiat.
Right. That means I got to watch my weight then.
Yeah, yes, and you can't take too many people with you.
You mean I can't fit my?
Yeah, you could take your wife.
Oh, I can.
You can take your wife, but
They don't have one-seater cars, do
no,
they?
no,
Okay.
no. 2-seaters fine.
Okay.
Yeah, because the roads and parking in Italy.
Yep.
Oh my God, so small.
I get it. In Italy, do they like when we drive in the car, we're on the left side?
Yeah, correct.
Are they the same in Italy, or are they like in England on the right side?
No, they're on like England. They're
On the right side?
Yes.
Boy, that
Yes.
would confuse me,
Yes.
Santa.
Yes.
That would really confuse me.
Yes. Yeah. Because it isn't that long that I was there. You know?
I know. That's why I'm
Oh,
asking you all these
yes.
sensible
Oh
questions.
yes. Yes. That's the way it is.
So when you drive your sled, I don't know how big your well, it's got to be very big if
it's
you're
a good
carrying all those toys.
It's a good sized sled.
So do you steer on the right or on the left? of the drive?
Now it depends on what country I'm in.
That's right. I never
have
thought
to
of
be
that.
careful, but I can do it.
Oh,
And I can remember. Oh, down to France, I got to go over the other side. Down to Italy, I got to go to the other side. And when I come to the United States, stay on that side.
Oh,
You know? Yeah.
you know what you should do, Santa? This is only a suggestion. You should have a sled with 2 wheels, and that way you can just move right over.
Ooh.
Instead of having 2 sleds, you have one sled.
sled.
One with a left-handed wheel for the left side, and one with a right-handed wheel for the right
I
side.
never thought of that.
That's why you're a mahogany rolling the Norfolk.
You're right. You are absolutely right.
So you visited France, you visited Italy. You're going to go to the Middle East. I know you are.
Yes.
What are you going to bring over there for those people? I hope you bring some nice, beautiful toys for them.
Oh, there's all kinds of gorgeous toys. And they might be a little different than ones I would take to France, the ones I take to
Right,
Italy.
because you're in
Yeah.
Europe and they have a
Yes,
different taste
different
than Asia.
taste. Definitely different taste.
So-
And you got to remember where you're going and what you got to take, because if you bring the wrong things, you're gonna get in a lot of trouble.
I know that. And I also got to mention something to you, Santa. You know, where you're going to all over the world and there's different time zones. You really got to move to get there, to be fast to get on Christmas Eve.
Thank God that sled is one of the fastest things I've
It's
ever.
got a jet engine on
It
there.
has definitely,
Okay.
definitely.
Jet propelled.
Jet propelled, and the deer go along with it. I don't know how they do it, but they can do it.
And Rudolph is also jet propelled too. You got a
he-
little jet engine. on Rudolph.
He's all set.
Oh,
He's all set,
beautiful.
yeah.
What an
Rudolph.
imagination.
Don't tell everybody.
I'm not.
But it
Now,
is.
I got to ask you this here because I only see Santa Claus once a year.
Okay.
And I know you brought me a little present out there. I see the what's the black thing in the box? Is that a chunk of coal?
Well, I have to tell you, yes. Yes,
How
it is.
come?
Well, I wasn't sure. You used to tell me it was cold where you were living.
Yeah, I said cold. I didn't say coal.
Oh, I thought you COAL.
I know.
Oh,
I told you my English wasn't that good,
Okay.
Santa.
Okay.
Maybe when I wrote the letter, I didn't spell that good either.
Okay. All right. That's what happened. That's why I brought that.
Did you? That's
Yes.
okay. I'm
Okay.
going to keep it as a souvenir.
All right. That's okay.
Now, let's see. You've been to Italy. You've been to France. How about Austria,
No, I haven't.
which is right across the border of north of Italy,
Right. Austria is very nice.
right? You're
Very
going to
nice.
visit those people
Oh,
too,
yes.
I hope.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
You know what I like you to do? I like you to come to America before you go anywhere else later, and go. The first stop I want you to make is Washington, D.C.
Oh.
and get them straightened out over there. You think you could
Okay.
do that?
Yeah.
Bring them some presents, and let me tell you what they would like. Lots and lots of money,
Oh, my God.
because we got a big debt here. The country in Asia, I don't want to mention China's name, so I won't mention China.
Okay.
But we owe them a lot of money because of the debt. You think you could bail us out on that, Santa?
That won't be easy. That won't be easy. I certainly would like to try, but I don't know if I can do it, Morris.
I'll tell you why I think you can do it. Because if you're going like let's take China.
Okay.
I like to call it Red China because it's a Red China. And you're dressed for the party.
Oh, yes, yes.
The red outfit, you should have a ball there,
Well,
Santa.
and maybe I could get a lot of money.
Definitely, I think they'll be happy to give you the money.
Yeah.
And then you can pass it on to ours.
And that's what I would do. Yeah, because I don't need money.
I know that.
No, I do not need money. So I would be glad to do, you know, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go to China first and then to the
Come
U.S.
back and give us the money. Oh, that'd
Yes.
be beautiful.
I will definitely do that.
We got another great ally of ours I'd like you to visit
Okay.
at the other end of Europe, Russia.
Okay.
And what would you like to bring them?
Well, definitely they could use money.
Yeah, but they use rubles.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
See, China,
Yeah.
with the dollars with
Yes.
us in China, but
Yes.
with them it's the ruble. Can you get rubles too for them?
I could. Yes. I definitely could. And I probably wouldn't have to get that many.
And when you come to my house, can you do me a favor?
Uh-oh.
Bring me a care package.
A care package?
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Have it eat of the days.
Okay. Okay, I'll do
you do
that.
that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, we've been to Asia. We've been to China. I mean, to Europe.
Yep.
We've been to, well, we're going to get to North and South America.
Yeah.
We got to get to Africa and Antarctica and Australia because there's only 7 continents, and I want you to visit each one.
Okay.
So let's go to, let's see. In Africa,
Africa?
what will you bring in Africa? Let's say you went to Casablanca, Morocco. What would you bring over
Oh,
there?
boy. That's a good question. They really don't need anything that's hot, right?
No, that's a warm climate
Yeah,
there.
it's a warm climate.
You know what they could use there? Some snow. Can you make
Oh,
snow?
Snow? I could do snow, or I could bring them air conditioners.
Yep. Yep, you could do that.
I could do that. But snow would
Make sure you buy from the United States when you bring them over there. because
USA.
Make sure it says made in USA.
Absolutely.
Right.
That's a good idea. I
And
will.
there's a company, I'll give you the place in America, I think it's called Westinghouse, beside Frigidaire, beside a bunch of other companies that make air conditioners. And every company in America that makes an air conditioner make a top brand air conditioner. So they would like them over there in the middle, I mean, in North Africa.
North Africa.
Right.
Okay.
Now, when you get to Antarctica, I don't think you're going to need air conditioners there.
No. We'll have to bring some heat. Now, what can I bring for heat?
Well, you could bring them a potbelly stove like you got.
Well, okay, I could do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't have a stove under there.
No,
Okay.
no. But I could bring some nice clothes.
Yep.
Some warm clothes.
Right?
Really?
Yep, they could use that.
Yes.
You know, they call it, when I was a youngster, when I was overseas, when we heated the houses, we used potbelly stoves.
Potbelly
I'm
stoves.
talking about potbelly, Santa. Did you ever think of going on a diet?
Yes. You know what? Once I finish my trips, once I finish all my trips all over the world, the first thing I do is I go into, it isn't LA Fitness, but it's something like that, where I go in and I do all kinds of swimming
Do you?
and exercises.
That's good.
I don't do weightlifting. I'm not a weightlifter. Excuse me, unless I'm eating.
What do you eat, Santa? I got to ask you, I would like to ask you, because when you visit all these different countries,
Okay.
you take a little meal from each one?
Yeah. And you know what it is most of the time?
No?
Pasta. Pasta. Pasta.
Is that those boxes on your sled all packed?
Yes.
That I saw you when you came in?
Yes.
Those are all pastas?
Pastas.
Mamma mia.
I love pasta. Oh,
I
my
could
God.
see that. No, I could see that.
I eat pasta.
You know, I was going to say, Santa, the way your potbelly is, you don't even really need a pillow for makeup.
No,
No.
not at all. Not at all. No, I'm a good eater and a good cook.
And how about Mrs. Claus? Does she make a good food too?
Oh, she's an excellent cook. She can do the best pasta, and I don't care what kind she does. It's delicious. Oh, my God.
See, Santa Claus, you have, I'm sorry, St. Nick, you have a nickname that they call you Santa Claus.
Yes.
I believe Mrs. Claus also has a nickname. I believe it's Maria. Marie? Is
Marie.
that Marie?
Marie.
Yep.
Yes.
Wonderful lady. And let me tell you what she did for me before you even got here. She mailed me a whole bunch of Christmas cards.
Oh.
A bundle, I mean, not to me personally,
Yes.
a whole bunch of Christmas cards to give out to the people at the soldiers' home, the veterans and stuff.
Oh.
So when you go back to the North Pole, would you
Yes.
tell Mrs. Claus,
Claus.
or as you call her, Marie,
Marie.
tell her thank you?
Oh, I certainly will.
That's nice of her.
She's great like that. If she has so much of this or so much of that, she wants to get rid of it, she'll give it to people like you.
I know that.
And that's what she does.
So Mrs. Santa Claus or Mrs. St. Nick, thank you.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice, really.
By the way, you and Mrs. Claus have been married, if I may ask, how many years?
How about 55 years, Morris?
Lucky. And can you tell us how you met Mrs. Claus?
Well, that's not the best thing, but I'll tell you, okay?
It should be the best thing.
All right.
I mean, you've been married 55 years?
Oh, my God. Well, it won't sound like the best thing.
It is
okay?
the best thing,
but
let
it
me
is.
tell you.
Okay.
Right.
I got my first job teaching in the city of Revere,
Where is that located at?
the Paul Revere School, right on, what's
Yeah,
that?
but what country? What country?
Oh, in the United States of America.
Oh, okay.
Yes, right in the United
That's
States.
right. That's why they named the Paul Revere
The
School
Paul
after
Revere.
that Paul Revere.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And I met her at the Paul Revere School, my first job teaching. And at the time, I was living in Dedham. I had just got out of the service. And it was something else that I have to tell you. I was engaged at the time.
To Mrs. Claus?
No. To somebody else.
It ain't Mr. Claus.
No.
Okay.
No. It
So
was
when
to
you
some-
were teaching at the Paul Revere School, you were horsing around.
Oh, yeah, you are
Get it,
right.
Paul Revere
yes,
horse?
yes.
Okay.
She saved me. She saved me.
That's good.
Yes, I was so lucky to meet her.
You are lucky. And let me
I-
tell you, I've met her a few times too. Sometimes not even during Christmas. Sometimes during the season when you're out shopping looking for toys. Wonderful lady.
Yes.
Wonderful lady and a beautiful lady.
Thank you.
Now you are lucky.
Yes, I am. Yes, I
Now
am.
I got to ask you, since you were teaching at the Paul Revere School, Santa, so you must have met a lot of kids. Did they always ask you for things for Christmas? What did they usually ask you for?
At that time, now it's quite a few years ago, right?
I know that.
Yeah. Oh, gee.
You must be in your early 30s or 40s now, Santa.
Yes, it would. Yeah.
Let me look at the beard. No, you're about 42.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I figured how fast it grew.
Yeah, how fast it grew. Boy, you're right.
You don't cut it off during the year, though.
Oh, no. I keep it all year long.
Was it always white?
Uh,
Or is it
You know
because of your...
what? It sort of turned the past few years completely,
Yep.
but it was, just shaded a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, Santa, when I first met you many years ago, I had a beautiful set of curly hair, too.
Oh, see?
But talking to you and living the life I've lived, you can see what happened to me.
Yes. And of course, Morris, you keep very busy.
I do.
Really.
I do.
That's good.
Yep. By the way, I don't know if they have, when you come up in the North Pole, do they have music up there?
Oh, sure.
They do?
They do.
You know, there's a song we have in America. I wish I had brought it in. It's called "Here Comes Santa Claus." Here comes Santa Claus down Santa Claus Lane. I don't want to sing it because I'll lose my audience if I haven't already lost it.
Okay, right. Yeah, that's a
But
beautiful
we play
song.
that a lot. When, by the way, this is going to surprise you. There are a lot of imitators that imitate Santa Claus, but I know you're the real one because I wrote you the letter, and you gave me the letter when you came back
Yes,
there,
yes.
and I put it in my jacket that's hanging over there.
Okay,
So
yes.
I know you are the real
Yeah,
Santa
I'm the
Claus.
real Santa.
Right. So, folks, you are looking at the real Santa, not the ones you see out in the street, but the one right here, all the way from the North Pole.
Wow, thank you.
Ain't that nice, Santa?
Yes, yes, it is.
Now, you've been to Antarctica, you've been to Africa, you've been to Asia. Give me Australia.
Australia, okay. That's a type of country, that sits out there all by itself.
Right.
The people
It's
there.
like an island.
Yeah, it is an island. You're absolutely right, and the people are very nice. They're not really always looking for something. They don't mind helping.
No.
No.
They are very friendly.
Very friendly.
Yep.
Very, very nice people.
Right.
And it's nice going there.
So you visited those continents.
Yes.
You visit Europe and Asia.
Yeah, yeah.
That's 5.
Yeah.
I mean 6.
6.
We got North and South America.
North and South America. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is South America like?
South America needs a lot. I've been down in South America so many times that I try to tell them, you got to do this a little different, meaning you got to work a little harder.
Right.
They don't like working a full day.
They like to take their siestas.
Oh, yes.
So do I.
Yeah. But their siestas could be a little too
okay.
long.
Okay, my siesta is an hour. Their siesta is longer than an hour?
It could be maybe 4, 5, 6 hours.
I'm going down there.
Yeah. Yeah. A little too long.
Okay.
A little too long.
Right.
Really.
And by the way, that's South America?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Now when you come to North America, where I live,
Yes.
where the United States of America is, how do you find it up there? Well, there's only what? Alaska, Canada,
Yeah.
and the United States.
In the United States, yeah.
How do you find it up there when you visit those places?
I would say they're the best places to go to. They're the best, really. The people are wonderful. The people think a lot of you, and they
love you, Santa. I got to tell you, because they have pictures of you all over the United States.
Yes.
They have you, we have television. I don't know if you know what TV is, maybe where you come from, because you're way up in the North Pole.
Yes.
But it's something like they have a screen on there, and you can watch Santa Claus, the imitated Santa Claus, because
right.
you're the real one. Did you ever get on, have you ever been on television?
Not really.
Would
No.
you like to be on?
I would like to be on TV.
Well, let me tell you how you're going to get on TV. When you visit the United States,
Yes.
you said you were, at one time, a teacher at the Paul Revere School?
Yes.
You come to Revere, you go to the Revere studio, Revere TV 8,
Oh.
and they'll put you on Santa, and they'll show the people of Revere the real Santa Claus and the United States of America who the real Santa Claus is.
Oh.
And it would be nice to have you there.
That would be great.
It would be great for everybody. As a
Yes.
matter of fact, it would even be great for the United States of America.
Yes.
And especially the island of Puerto Rico,
Oh, okay.
the island of Hawaii,
Hawaii.
and Alaska, which I
Alaska,
mentioned,
yes.
which is up north.
Right.
So it would be a pleasure to have you.
Right. Yeah, the United States is really spread out.
It's
isn't it?
beautiful. The United States is about 3,000 miles long. We got the Pacific coast, depending how you're looking at the United States.
yep.
If you're looking at it toward Alaska, we
Yes.
have it on the left, and
Left.
we got the Atlantic on the
On
right.
the right.
Right. And after you get finished with all the holiday and doing all the deliveries, what do you do the rest of the year? Oh, beside making toys?
Oh.
What do you do for relaxation, Santa?
Well, I do a lot of exercising, trying to get rid of you-know-what.
Yep. I see you not succeeding.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work because I do a lot of eating.
I can see that. You got to get rid of that pasta you got there.
I
Why
know.
don't you give it to the old folks? I got an idea. When you're traveling around in the United States or
Right.
any of the, drop them off at the senior center. They love pasta.
They love pasta.
Yeah,
huh?
especially at the senior center in Revere. They'll eat that pasta right out of you.
Okay.
Yep.
That's good.
Yep.
That's good.
But what do you do the rest of the, beside making toys and beside getting bloated, if I may use that word?
Not that much.
What do you do for entertainment, by the way?
Well, I'd like to listen to music.
We got a DJ. I won't mention his name. I don't want to mention his name because he's my twin brother, but he plays a lot of music over at the senior center. So if you're ever down there, and I don't know if you come up traveling in July. They do have some places that have Christmas in July, other fates. Not
Yes.
everybody has it in December.
Right. Mhm.
Do you visit them too?
Once in a while. It isn't, I may and I may not.
Okay, I got to ask you a question. We have what they call here computers. I don't know how to work it. Do
Okay.
you know how to work, Santa?
I'm sorry. No.
Okay, that's good. But you know how to do a telephone.
Yes.
Well, they have smartphones. If I want to call you, I don't want you to give the number over the television or the radio or wherever
Right.
you are, because otherwise you'd never have time. People would call you all year long for toys in there.
Right.
But if I wanted to call you, me personally,
Yes.
could I do that?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so before we leave this conversation, when we'll eventually finish up, would you give me your telephone number?
I'd be
I know
glad-
it's North Pole MP something.
Right.
Don't give me the numbers on the
Okay,
rest.
I'll be glad to give it to you.
Does it start over 781, if I may just ask you that?
Yes, it does.
It does start?
Yes, it does.
I got to tell you, it's funny you should mention that because that's the number they start off in Revere. Most of them were 781.
Oh.
And at the next two numbers, just give me a clue. 284 or 289
No.
or 286?
284. Yes.
You must have relatives around the area where I live now.
Oh, probably. Probably. Yeah, I'm so lucky.
I'm
Yeah.
lucky to have you here.
Yes.
Now, Santa, we only got a couple of minutes left. I know the reindeers are out there. They're
Yes.
hungry. You want to feed them. Take a couple of minutes and say whatever you like to say. But before you do, let me wish you a Merry Christmas. Instead of you wishing me a ho, ho, ho,
Oh,
when you first came in,
Thank
I'll
you.
return the compliment.
Thank you so
Say
much.
whatever you want to say. Go ahead,
Well,
Santa.
I am so lucky to have met you and to have had this opportunity.
You're the first one that ever said that to me.
Oh, no, I'm a very, very lucky person.
I'm lucky to have you, too. And by the way, Santa, I would like to be your friend to the day I go to meet my maker, if I may.
Oh, okay.
Is that fair
Absolutely.
enough?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Really.
And by the way, I would love you to come and visit us every year.
Wow.
Every single year.
Oh, that I would like to do that.
And what I would like you to do, if it's possible, because I know you're busy, during the Christmas holidays, we have sometimes a party at the senior center. Now, if I call you on that number, which I won't put out because I don't want everybody to bother you,
Right.
but if I call you the number you gave me, would there be a chance you might come down and visit us?
Absolutely.
Can I count on that?
You can count on it.
Good,
Absolutely.
Santa. So with that, let me close and say, God bless you. Thank you for coming to it. And by the way, you're closer to God than I am. You're way up there on the North Pole. So thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Morris.
God
Thank
bless
you.
our troops, and God bless you again, Santa. This people of Revere,
Thank
our
you.
great nation, the United States of America. And I hope we see each other again next Christmas and many more Christmases to
more.
follow. And Santa, thank you again.
You're welcome. You're welcome.